Imagine a Sarawak where the lush rainforest, home to diverse wildlife and indigenous communities, no longer exist. It's not a distant possibility, it is happening right now at an alarming rate. Good morning, my name is Lokman Hakim bin Zulkifli. Deforestation in Sarawak is a growing environmental and political crisis. Despite conservation efforts, large areas of pristine forests continue to be cleared for logging, agriculture, and industrial projects. I will provide a political perspective on this problem, focusing on governance, policies, and the responsibility of stakeholders. Sarawak deforestation rate has been one of the highest in Malaysia, with satellite image showing a drastic decline in a forest cover. Between 2001 and 2020, the state lost over 2.7 million hectares of forest, affecting biodiversity and indigenous livelihoods. Unchecked deforestation leads to severe long-term consequences, including the loss of unique ecosystem, increased carbon emissions, and displacement of native communities. It also weakens Malaysia's commitment to international climate agreement. Deforestation in Sarawak is not just an environmental issue, it is a governance crisis driven by poor policies, corporate interests, and weak law enforcement. This problem affects indigenous communities, local biodiversity, and Malaysia's global environment reputation. In policy failure, despite law protecting forests, weak enforcement and corruption allow illegal logging to continue. Sarawak state government prioritizes economic growth to palm oil and timber exports, often at the expense of sustainable development. Many native communities lost their ancestral land to deforestation, leading to legal battles and social unrest. If this issue remains unaddressed, Sarawak risks losing its biodiversity, including endangered species like orangutan and hornbill, violating international environmental commitments, potentially affecting trade agreements, and facing social instability due to indigenous land conflicts. Addressing this issue is crucial for Sarawak's sustainable future, indigenous rights, and Malaysia's global reputation as an environmentally responsible nation. As solution, deforestation in Sarawak is a pressing political issue that requires urgent policy intervention and stronger governance, such as strengthening environmental laws and enforcement. The state government must enforce stricter penalties on illegal logging and ensure transparency in land use permits. Independent monitoring agencies should oversee forest conservation efforts. Other than that, balancing economic development with sustainability, such as implement eco-friendly policies, such as sustainable logging and reforestation programs. Promote promote ecotourism and green industry as alternative revenue sources. Lastly, protecting indigenous land rights, which is strengthen the legal frameworks to recognize and protect native land ownership, which ensure indigenous voices are included in the policy making discussion. Here, I urge the Sarawak government to implement stricter environmental laws, enforce indigenous lands, and adopt sustainable economic policies. The future of Sarawak's ecosystem and communities depends on responsible political action. In conclusion, deforestation in Sarawak is not just environmental challenge but a political issue requiring strong leadership and policy reforms. By taking action now, we can protect our forests, biodiversity, and communities for future generations. Thank you.